Hey, yo, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I mean? Right now it's 4:11 p.m. You know what I mean? July 9th, 2025. And it's basically a do-over of a video that I have recorded about maybe an hour ago, but I didn't like it because I was actually playing a video game at the same time. So I really could not concentrate with what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? But since I'm not playing the video game no more, since I'm done for the day playing games, I'm going to talk about this in full form. You know, the one thing that AEW is not great at, and good is not even a word, great, not great at, is creating superstars. They're not great at it at all. They're also not great at creating superstars organically, right? And you know WWE got that in the smash. Like, I hate to say it, but yo, when it comes down to creating homegrown stars, WWE got that clear in the smash. And someone's probably going to say, oh, well, what about Darby Allin? Darby Allin is he's not a homegrown star. Sorry. He's not a homegrown talent. You know what I mean? Darby Allin was from fucking Evolve. Originally from Evolve, right? But the main thing with AEW is, again, like they're not great at creating homegrown talent. And we've seen a lot of talent go from AEW to WWE that were basically not only can't miss, but they were ticket sellers, right? And it's going to happen again. You know what I mean? And the biggest fuck up that they had, right, was they, meaning AEW, was not capitalizing off of MJF. And when they lose MJF, because this is not even a matter of if, but when they lose MJF, you know, what we've seen with Cody and what we've seen with Punk is going to be child's play compared to when they lose MJF. Because, you know, WWE is salivating off the mouth of getting MJF under contract, you know, once he's a free agent. Because it's going to happen. You know, AEW, you know, had a chance to capitalize and make MJF the star that it needs, right? The flag bearer AEW, right? They couldn't even do that. You know what I mean? They couldn't even fucking do that. You know, someone asked, you know, JD from New York and Solar Monster a question yesterday in the mailbag part of their Tuesday Night Titans segment when they was going to end the video, you know, on AEW originals being phased out, which they are, right? Top ones. They asked about Darby Allin. They asked about, I think, MJF, and they asked about the Elite, right? And I agree with one of what they said, right? Two, no, I agree with two of what they said and one in that, right? And one I disagree. The two I think will happen. And then again, 1.5, because we don't, you know, we think that people's going to retire somewhere and they don't. You know what I mean? Someone said, well, Darby Allin might retire AEW, which I agree to a certain extent, but we never know. MJF definitely going to WWE, but they said something about the Elite probably going back to the Indies. I don't think so. Nobody wants to go back to the Indies and such. More than likely, if anyone from the Elite will probably be in WWE, not even probably, if anyone from the Elite will more than likely go to WWE, is Kenny Omega, hands down. You know, and if you want to say Hangman Adam Page, I can say that too. But we're concentrating on MJF. MJF should be the one to face Jon Moxley for the AEW championship at All In Texas. He should be the one, right? You know, he should have been the one to win the Owen, you know, to beat either Hangman or Will Ospreay, right? We're not even doing that. We're not even doing that. And I don't think MJF is even in the card for All In, which is fucking crazy when you think about it, right? You talk about generational talent. MJF is a true once-in-a-lifetime generational talent because MJF has everything that you want in a pro wrestler. He can wrestle. He can talk. He has charisma. He has so much things that a wrestler could ever ask for. You know what I mean? And AEW basically just squandered it away. Now, I mean, Tony Khan just squandered the shit away. Right? And now it's to a point where, you know, MJF is like, fuck it, he's just coasting until he bounced the fuck up out of there. You know, and you already know what to expect. The AEW sickos say, oh, well, fuck him. You know, we don't need MJF and blah, 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 blah. Who else is there now without MJF? Who else is going to be there without MJF? Who? Jack Perry? Who? Jack Perry? Who? Fucking Sammy Guevara? You know, Sammy Guevara also more than likely be out the door too. If you don't think WWE has interest, you sadly mistaken. You know, like this company's a joke. They don't know how to create stars. They don't. They lost fucking Mariah May, nigga. They lost Mariah May. You know what I mean? They lost Mariah May, a person who they could have, you know, made a big star to or create a big star with, and they failed at that. But once they lose MJF, man, you talk about a huge blow to the masses. I mean, CM Punk was a bad one. CM Punk was clearly a bad one. Cody Rhodes was bad. CM Punk was bad. But MJF, if and when it happens, because it's going to happen, that is going to be monumental. Because once MJF comes to WWE, WWE is going to put the skyrocket on that dude's back in ways that AEW could never imagine. And then also on top of that, right, MJF also has acting experience. You know what I mean? He also has acting experience. And if you don't think that WWE has, you know, they have what? A huge Hollywood connection. If you don't think that they're going to turn MJF into a huge star in that company, boy, you are sadly fucking mistaken. Without a shadow of a motherfucking doubt. MJF might be, and again, look at people like Ricky Starks. I should have brought that up. They had Ricky Starks in their hands, and they fucked that up. They had Wardlow in their hands, and they expected to fuck that up. Right? MJF could hands down be the biggest fumble in AEW history, without a shadow of fucking doubt. And when he goes to the other side, and when the other side boosts the rocket ship on him, man, you talk about egg in your face. Disgusting egg in your face, B. Man, AEW is going to really fucking feel that once that happens. It's not even a matter of if, but when. A lot of the older guard, like I said, is being phased out of AEW. There's people who don't want to be there. There's clearly people who do not want to be in AEW. Even your big names don't want to be in AEW. Right? Because Tony Khan mostly relies on ex-WWE guys. You can see it. You can feel it. I mean, look at Mercedes, you know, Adam Copeland and such. And I made a video earlier today about the TNT Championship and how the championship has been, you know, relegated to shit. You know? But man, like they should have, with MJF, they should have done a lot more than what the fuck they're doing now with MJF. He's now part of the, you know, the Hurt Syndicate storyline. It's shit. It's pure shit. It's shit. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. AEW, boy, when it comes down to creating superstars, it's not there, man. It's not there. It's not there. I'm about to be out, guys. I will be making another video tonight for sure. Now, I mean, I'm going to figure out what to talk about. Now, I mean, I'm going to have some good shit to speak on, and I'm going to holler at y'all. All right? Peace.